Hey guys, ladies and gentlemen, how's everybody doing this morning? Welcome to Way Back Wednesday. Yes, indeedy. I got a couple of pieces here to show you guys today. One is an Imperial, and the other one I quite don't know what it is. I can't make out what it says, but you guys will be able to help me with that one. We'll go over this one first. Now this one I received when I was about 11 or 12 years old from my dad. We were in a Kmart department store, if you guys remember Kmart's. When Kmart's were big years ago, like Walmart's are now. Kmart's were that big. But anyway, I was in a Kmart department store, and like I said, I was about 11 years old. And I brought this over to my dad, and I said, Dad, I want this. Do you think you could buy me this knife? And he said, nah. He said, you really don't need that knife. What are you going to do with that? You know, I was a young little boy, and he didn't see the reason why I needed it. So I begged him. I said, please let me have that knife. And he says, all right, you want it that bad, I'll get you the knife. So that's the way this happened. And I've had it all these years. But there was only one problem with this knife that was missing. And it was very important to me. It just made the knife complete. And it wasn't complete without this being on here. And it was this right here. It was the bail. And every time I looked at this knife, this wasn't on there. And it took away from the knife. You wouldn't believe how much it took away from the knife without that bail being on there. So one day, I go to my mailbox, and this was quite a few years ago. I was doing videos, and I happened to be talking about this exact knife right here. And I always used to say in the video that there's only one thing that was missing, and it was the bail. So lo and behold, one day I go to my mailbox, and I opened up the mail, and it was in a letter pack, and it was taped in a letter, and this bail was in there, and it was from Stuart Harvey. Tells you what a fantastic guy Stuart is, right? So the letters read, I don't know what it says. I'm not really that great at metalworking, and I didn't even have the knife with me to do the measurements, but I thought that you might want to give this a try. And I went ahead and put this on there, and it fit like a glove. It snapped right on, snapped right in, and like I said, he bent the metal for this, and I couldn't be more appreciative of him for doing this, because now my childhood knife is actually complete. I'm telling you, it wasn't complete without this bail. But what else could I tell you about this piece? There's really not much more else to tell about it, except if you guys could help me with, let me see if I could focus this in. Oops. Hold on a minute. Let's see if I could. If you guys can read what that says right there. Now, I don't know if you guys could make out what that says. It's something EAL, ideal, or is that Imperial? I'm not sure what that says. The other one, I do know what it says. Do you guys recognize that? What that says there? If you guys know what that says, just let me know. But anyway, I gave this a bath. I soaked it in mineral oil, and I got it back to as good as it could be, you know what I mean? And It's good enough. I wouldn't want it to be any better. You know what I mean? I wouldn't want to get anything. I wouldn't want it to get it any cleaner. So that's that one there. Um, Figured I'd show you that one. And this guy here, funny story. I don't very rarely go on Etsy. And I was doing something on Etsy. I don't know what I was looking for on Etsy, but I was on Etsy looking for something. And this came across on Etsy. And I was like, oh, I've always wanted an older, newer Camp King, right? And I saw this on there, and it was like $15. The seller wanted like $15, and I was like, oh man, I just can't pass it up for that kind of money. You know what I mean? It was new, or in newer condition. There was nothing wrong with it. Nothing. You can see there's nothing wrong with it. I'll show you the. This one says Imperial Providence, PROV, USA. You can see it right there, Imperial Providence, USA. Wait a minute, let me see if I could look it better here. There it is. USA. There it is. It goes down this way. USA. Providence, Rhode Island, USA. There it is. So, this says can opener. This doesn't have nothing on it. But anyway, nevertheless, this was my Imperial Camp King that I bought. I bought this years ago. Like I said, I'm trying to think of what I was looking, because I was specifically on Etsy looking for something. You know what I mean? I just don't go to Etsy every day looking for stuff. And I had to have been on Etsy looking for something, and this came up. Or I came across this, and I was like, oh, shoot. I was like, okay. And like I said, for the money I paid for this, I was like, I just couldn't let it go. You know, because I'm this one of those knife guys. I could not let it go for the 15 bucks. I was like, oh, I'll get that for 15 bucks, that little Camp King for sure. You know? And it only had one little spot right there. Only had one little spot. That's all it had. But these are good little knives. I mean, they're cheap. You know what I mean? You could tell they're put together very, very cheap. But how do I say it? They're decent little knives. I like them for what they are. I like these for what they are. And it's just something about them, you know? Something about them draws me. I'm drawn to these Camp Kings for some reason. I don't know why I'm drawn to them. You could see the can opener, how well done that can opener is done. I mean, it's got a point, man. It'll get it done. That can opener will get a can open in a minute. But yeah, man, that's my story with these guys here, and I hope you guys liked it. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you know about this, man. Please, I want to know if you know what that says there. I'm sure that one of you know what that says, or a few of you know what that says. But this was from my dad, my good old pop, man. He said, yeah, okay, you want it that bad, you can have it. I had my eye, see, even as a young child, a young boy at 11, 12 years old, however old I was, I had an eye for knives, you know what I mean? You know, what did I want to do with this knife at 11 years old? So that's got to tell you, I was a knife guy. You know, I was a knife guy way back then. I was a knife boy way back then. But anyway, that's about it. Let me know what you guys think about these two pieces, and I'll catch up to you in a bit. You guys be good, be well, be safe, and I'll talk to you on the next one. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.